So now we've completed 3 matches. We still have 11 weight categories left. As we move up now to 112 pounds and get set for the match between Tony Melfi, Connecticut, and Jeff Clark of Voorheesville. Connecticut? How do you pronounce that, Dale?
Let's see. That would be Connecticut.
Well, here's Tony Melfi from Section 11, a junior at Connecticut. And we'll be seeing his opponent. Here he is, Jeff Clark of Voorheesville, one of the defending state champions. He won it a year ago at this particular weight class, 112 pounds. So it'll be Clark and Melfi.
Clark has 151 wins, 10 losses. Very, very impressive. Melfi, 11th grader, 76, 6-1. So he's no slouch himself. I guess if you wanted to look at the favorite, you'd have to go with Clark.
He and Marty King are the only 2 defending champions who still have a shot at repeating here in 1984.
Section 2 has been very, very well represented in previous last 3 or 4 years. This year, not especially. 3 wrestlers in this, but
this year's record, 32 wins, no losses. 17-year-old senior, Voorheesville High School.
There you see the undefeated Jeff Clark against the twice-beaten Tony Melfi.
Clark in the maroon is the red wrestler, the visiting team, and he's just going to get a takedown. Yes, he does. 2 points. So Melfi taken down right away.
You could see quickly off the bat that Clark is the class wrestler here with the experience. He knows exactly what he's going to do.
We've seen it happen before. You see a wrestler who just appears so sure of himself and knows exactly what he's going to do, and you see he's going to try to tip Melfi. He's going to get some back points in a second. Yep, he's going to pick up at least 2. Now they start to count again. He should pick up 3. Well, Mr. Miley, the official on the bottom.
He's in total control, Dale.
Yes, he is, and he's really levering up. He's got the arm and the head locked up, which is potential. Well, I was going to say it's legal, but it could be dangerous, and just as I was going to say that, they said potentially dangerous. So Melfi escapes the pinning combination through a potentially dangerous call.
Right now, Tony Melfi looks like a man whose worst fears are about to come
Just
true.
Realize, the worst thing you can think happen, you say, oh, gracious, it's happening right now. And when you've got 151 wins, as Clark does, I can remember back when they first started the state championship, you didn't get people that had that many wins. It was almost unheard of. They started the Century Club for people who had 100 wins. You might have to start a 150 club. Marty King, who's going to show up in a little bit, over 167 wins, actually.
Which is the all-time New York State individual record.
Right. Tony Cotroneo, the wrestler for Syracuse, has 164, or had when he was in high school. Now Clark's got 151, but apparently Melfi doesn't really care about how many wins he's got because he's coming right out and going after Clark. In fact, he's going to get a point. Yes, he will get an escape right there.
And the end of period number 1. Jeff Clark leading Tony Melfi 4-1.
You never have an easy match. You never have an easy match in the States. See some of the coaches looking on. It's like a coaches' convention here over this weekend.
Gene Mayle and Ken Reisinger, by the way, are the officials here at 112 pounds.
Miley is a local official. They mix them all up. As we said, the assistant is just there to do just what that says. Assist, help out in case the main referee might not be able to see something. He cannot call pins, by the way, the assistant referee. Oftentimes, you don't get many pins in this finals. Clark trying right now to get Melfi over on his back. 1:20 and counting in the second period, and he's got him in his back. Should get 2 points out of this if he tried to take the arm up. Miley stopped him from bringing the arm up. 2 back points he gets, and I believe an injury, a bloody nose. Yes. So Melfi, who took a shot on the nose, but not before he gave up 2 back points. So it'll be 6-1 when they resume. We get an idea of just how tough this is as they work on Melfi's nose, trying to put some cotton there, stop the bleeding. And they do, and Melfi will be back.
So after a short respite, Tony Melfi back on the bottom, in the grasp of Jeff Clark, who now leads 6-1.
He's in complete control. He's got that leg. Now what he wants to do is take out that other leg. Boy, he took that right down to the mat. 45 seconds or so, just about, left in this second period. Clark and Melfi. Clark on top in the maroon, the darker uniform. It's from Section 2, while Melfi on the bottom is from Section 11. So, once again, if you're thinking about sectional titles for the team, this would be important for 11 to win if they want to stay in the race with Section 5 and another potentially dangerous.
Tony Melfi got to the finals by pitting Jack Dominy in 3 minutes 31 seconds. Then he beat Rich Perret 10-4, and then he pinned Tom Martin in 4 minutes 49 seconds. He himself is in danger of being pinned in this match against Jeff Clark.
Yeah, he's trying to get an escape or trying to get the reversal. Just very difficult to move because Clark is just all over him.
By the way, Dale, the one point that Clark has surrendered here is the only point he has given up in these championships. He beat Joe Hibbert 11-0. Then he took Scott Allen 7-0, and then Joe Stricars 9-0.
So now you could make a case for Jeff Clark as a possible most outstanding wrestler candidate.
And once again, it's a bloody nose being suffered by Tony Melfi.
That's a real bloody nose. And as we talked about this most outstanding wrestler, they don't vote until the end. We may not ever not know during this broadcast exactly who it is, but it's this man from Section 2 certainly deserves consideration.
All right, he's out now for period number 3. Tony Melfi will be up top. He's trailing on the scoreboard 6-1. And here you'll get a good look at just what Clark can do from the bottom position as the experienced wrestler, the defending champion. Not exactly letting Melfi have his way.
Just kind of takes his time, and you find most of these wrestlers are smooth right there. Now, see, he got an escape. Nobody even really kind of saw it happen. It was just he very, very smoothly made his move, got rid of the hand control, stood up, got away, and goes right back after a takedown. That's what I like about this wrestler. He really uses his moves in complete transitions from one to another.
7-1, the lead for Jeff Clark over Tony Melfi. Section 3's representative was Chris LeBate, and he lost to Joe Strikars 4-3.
He's only a junior, so he'll be back too, Labatt. Right now, Clark perhaps in a bit of trouble for a second. Gives up a couple of points, going to make it 7-4. No, it's 7-3. 7-3. Right now, Clark on the bottom just shrugs over and takes him right over his head, takes Melfi right over his head, going to get another escape. Makes it 8-3. And they go out of bounds. So 8-3, 33 seconds left. for the single leg. Now he doubles up on it with two hands, and he'll be content to just kind of hang around here for a while until the clock runs out.
And there's only 15 left, and now less, as you can see. Jeff Clark just seconds away from his second New York State championship. Just surrendered a couple of points, however, he's leading now only 8-5. Tony Melfi runs out of time, and Jeff Clark, who got a workout there in the third and final period, has earned his second consecutive state championship. He doesn't really look too pleased, but he is the state champion.
He gave up a point at the end for stalling, too, so actually the final score was 8-6, but of course not even actually that close if you're watching the match. So 112 pounds, Clark reigns again. And we'll get set in a second here to move on to the 119-pound class.
You're watching the New York State High School Wrestling Championships here at the Onondaga County War Memorial. Dave Cohen along with Dale Drypolcher and Cable 13 Sports on the scene for the fourth consecutive year. We'll be back with more right after this.